versus Hiram Gracie in a light heavyweight bout. In the corner of Hiram Gracie, Braulio, we have
5 rounds, rapaziada. De
Renzo
branco,
Gracie,
Hiram Gracie. De
Gregor
preto,
Gracie.
Felipe Andrew.
And if I'm not mistaken, I think I saw Kira Gracie there earlier as well. Health Gracie is here too. You can tell that they support their own.
No, of course, I was expecting them to come on the little, back to back like back in the UFC. Now here, Felipe Andrew, straight away to the guard pull, holding the spider guard, grabbing both sleeves.
André Luizado mandou R$5. Valeu pela transmissão.
Valeu, André Luiz.
Galera da GB Águas Claras.
Opa, GB Águas Claras, salve. Ó, o Hiram tem 100 quilos. Não fala a idade dele, cadê a porra da idade dele aqui?
And one of his principal attacks, as we saw in ADXC1, is the triangle from the guard.
Porra, não fala aqui a idade do maluco.
Quickly,
Site quebrado.
so deadly with that attack, that I think that is the principal move that Hiram Gracie is going to have to be very, very careful of.
Yes, I mean, Hiram is putting a lot of pressure here. Just need to be careful to stay with the knees too far away, to don't fall into the triangle. That Felipe is really, really fast at it. But that's what Felipe is trying to kind of push the pressure, to create space, to weave the legs and shoot.
Não fala aqui, mano, que lombra.
The pressure that Hiram has is kind of unmatched in this time. There's so much pressure, and he's keeping the elbows.
Tem 22, valeu em 9.
Felipe Andrew work a
O
little
Hiram
harder
tem 22, é novinho.
Yeah, right now,
E o Felipe
this
29.
defensive posture from Hiram Gracie is smart because he's keeping his elbows very tight. You know, he's not overcommitting with his head going forward, because I'm sure that Felipe Andrew would really like to bring
Pô,
him.
todos queríamos, né, BN Sagat? Mas é uma luta que a gente sabe que não vai acontecer. Eles dois treinam junto e eles já falaram que não lutam.
You mentioned it actually, Braulio. You feel that Felipe is going to be a quick starter, where you feel that Hiram potentially will try and slow the pace down and take it into the later rounds.
Yes, he will be putting a lot of pressure, relentless pressure, and feel the opponent. Like now, for example, he's not going to just move to the side control. He's going to put a lot of pressure there, making Felipe to work to be there. His base is very wide and heavy. It's very hard to sweep from the spider guard here. Cavaca giving the instructions to Felipe Andrew.
Yeah, and you can hear him saying that to use that guard against the arms of Hiram Gracie. But I like this posture. There is the famous Renzo Gracie and Gregor Gracie in the corner of Hiram Gracie, and I like the defensive, I like the forward pressure of Hiram. I do. I got to say that he's very disciplined with his grips, very disciplined with his arms. Nothing really significant so far in that round, but I'm not going to score it either way, but I got to say that so far.
Valeu, Beats. Abraço, irmão. Tamo junto.
First test. Would you say so, Vanessa?
I mean, I would say that it's definitely interesting to see that he's more offensive than what we were expecting. The Gracies are very much so known for their defensive postures, and we were expecting a little bit of.
Mano, o Pix é só digitar exclamação Pix, vai aparecer um site, você faz o Pix lá e ainda manda uma mensagem aqui na tela se você quiser. Beleza?
Yes. The thing is, in this game here in DXC is only 3 minutes, right? And,
corner com o Renzo como corner deve ser muito doido, velho.
Felipe Andrews probably well recovered because nothing much happened. Which would be a different match if it was a 10 minutes round, right? So Felipe couldn't get no submission. Hiram put a lot of pressure but didn't get close to pass, and now is a reset. So I'm looking forward to see what's going to be the strategy made according to when the round comes.
Yeah, in effect, if you think about it, 5-round match is basically 5 different matches potentially.
Correct. And then the start has to be different. Now Hiram is
completely
good game now, putting against the cage, which here we go again. It's all going to be about the very first start,
Yeah, and we know that Felipe was looking forward to submitting in the first round. So now that it's gotten past that,
triangle threat.
even though it's only in the second round, you know, when you're constantly trying to search for those things.
O Hiron tá dando uma pressãozinha legal ali, velho. Só que o Felipe Andrew tá muito tranquilo. Recuou até demais pro meu gosto.
We mentioned about how Hiron has had the privilege of training with so many guys from the Gracie family, but he's also trained extensively with his cousin's husband, Bernardo Faria.
Oh yeah.
And this position,
look at that pass,
looks a lot like Bernardo.
Roger does that as well.
Oh, of course.
Being there, done there.
You felt it.
Yeah. So this is a way that Hiron gonna have to kind of put Felipe in a difficult situation to waste energy. But now he's free now. So that's the thing of this 3 minutes thing, you know.
O Renzo falando, bota as mãos por fora e passa na marra. O Renzo é muito massa, mano.
Yeah, I mean,
yeah, you can see Renzo in the background there. Excuse me, Venice. You see Renzo and Gregor in the corner right there in front of Felipe and Hiron.
Well, because Hiron had double unders, so you know, it would have been a great time for him to try to flip from side to side and at least get Felipe off of his squareness that he has and potentially pass the guard.
You can see that Hiron is really aware and cautious about the triangle shots.
Se ele meter uma cambalhota aí, o Renzo fica doido.
Matching wherever the foot goes to protect.
Vai fazer o que é essa cambalhota? Vai enfiar no cu.
Surprise on the shots. Hiron this time put a lot more pressure than the first round. We expect things to get better by the rounds.
Yeah, I'm curious what is going through Felipe's mind right now, because he continues to fight for the grips, and I see he's trying to keep his feet to the inside, but he's not necessarily setting anything up, nor does he have any sweeps available at the moment. So it's just him being in bottom position, truly.
Yeah, he has some sweeps from there that he managed to get very successful on his career, but you can see how wide the base is from Hiron, is with the both knees apart. It's very hard to turn him.
Johan Kai mandou R$5. Salve pro professor Júnior ZRT em Vila Planalto.
Opa, salve pro professor Júnior da ZRT da Vila Planalto. Tamo junto.
Very much feeling out process, I feel. However, you mentioned it. I'm going to say it again, Braulio, about how Hiron is.
Achei que o Felipe Andrew ia ser mais ativo, mano.
But it's difficult, right, for you to change completely your game way of fighting. But he definitely got a little closer this time than the first round, whereas there was no threat of any
Raspagemo Oficial mandou R$5. Pedi a galera pra seguir a minha marca de jiu-jitsu no Insta. Raspagemo Oficial. Obrigado. Juntão.
Fala, Raspagem Oficial. Galera, vai lá seguir o Raspagem Oficial no Insta. E se tu quiser me mandar uma mensagem também, pô, a gente fazer uma parceria aí, tamo junto. Beleza? Bia Mesquita já lutou? Não, mano, é a próxima luta. Tem a da Bia Mesquita e depois a do Nenego.
There's doctors in your face, your coaches are telling you stuff, they're feeding you water. I mean, there's so many things happening in that one short minute of time.
Ó, o Dragon já meteu ali, ó. Se fizer a parceria, ele compra.
Vamos brigar pelas pegadas.
Oh, there's a little bit of a different strategy now, because, you know, we were wondering if that the stand-up game would be a factor at all, because we know that Hiron's been working a lot of his judo. However, Felipe Andrew's got some of the best wrestling in the gi that I've seen in jiu-jitsu. He's got a really, really nice collar drag. He's got slick single legs. There is a little look at the
Caraca, ele é base muito pesada, né, mano?
This is a very different strategy now from Felipe Andrew. He's like, hey, I've had 2 rounds to try and get my guard game going. It's not worked. I got to change things up.
Yeah, and that's how he looked like he was thinking about something. And,
Raspagem Oficial. Me manda uma mensagem lá, Cadu. Meu é o Alex Mota DF, que ainda não segue também, ó. Segue lá, beleza?
Avoid any hip throw from Felipe Andrew and avoid any possibility of double or single legs. You know, and Felipe is trying to do something, but now against the cage, which is a good. That's the game plan. I believe that. Look, he needs to put against the cage and try to get some the back of Felipe on the cage.
Yeah, I was noticing how far away Felipe's hips were, even though he was trying to do some more snap downs, and I was actually just waiting for the guard pull, and then there we had it.
O Renzo vai pro lado, vai pro lado. Só que o cara tá com o pé no bíceps ali, pô. Eu sou preta, mano. Pega o meu primeiro grau agora.
Hiron's done a great job so far in facing down the extremely dangerous attacks of Felipe Andrew. There is the corner again of Renzo and Gregor Gracie. To be honest, man, can you think of many people better than that in your corner?
Wow.
Eu te falei de manhã, tá mudando o ângulo. Joga ele pra cima da cabeça agora e recupera o espaço.
This position here is the position that Hiron loves to do.
Joga a ponta do
A lot
joelho
of
esquerdo na
pressure.
frente do
It's
ombro.
very hard to
Sempre aí, ó.
keep him off
Essa
you.
ponta do joelho esquerdo é sempre aí.
Cara,
I'd like to add
Joga
how
a ponta do
impressive
joelho esquerdo pra
o Cavaco é
getting
muito
closer.
bom tecnicamente. Você
He's
tá
getting
louco.
closer. See, he's getting close every time, every round.
Isso aí,
He's
agora
moving further and further around the guard and getting that almost that shoulder into the stomach, right? But
Ah, é, Cyborg? Tá achando ruim? Calma aí que a gente resolve aqui agora, meu brother.
almost got caught with one arm in, but luckily that's
Getting
good.
closer again, even closer now. Armbar attack, well defending him.
30 segundos,
Oh, see, did you see the defense? He already
Alonga isso, alonga aí.
prepared the possibility.
Resolvido.
Botei o peso. Presta atenção, pé no quadril e tiro. Pé no quadril e tiro.
Now Felipe Andrew trying to kind of hold him back a little bit. There's a lot of pressure, Hiron. You can see that Felipe is not even thinking about sweep or submission. He's thinking about breathing. And this pressure here that Hiron has is relentless. It's a non-stop pressure.
You know, you just mentioned something very interesting.
O cara reclamando da live e tá assistindo a comédia, né, velho? Agora não assiste mais, tá bom.
Trying to play guard now over these last three rounds. And how many attacks has he actually initiated in all that time? The truth is, not many.
E aí,
The
quem
truth
tá na
is
frente
that
até
he's been
agora?
Looking for the grips. Hiron has given him absolutely no opportunity or opening whatsoever. And as you mentioned there, it's actually the opposite is now happening. The Hiron is the one putting the pressure on.
Yeah.
And Felipe is actually kind of bearing that weight.
And this is gonna get worse by the round. You know,
Well,
and
we're
that's
into
what
the
he's good
championship
at.
rounds now. This is the fourth round of a
Mano, eu
possible five.
transmito mais luta, tá ligado? Mais jiu-jitsu. Às vezes eu faço de jogo, mas é bem raro fazer de
So you
jogo.
could see that every single time, every single new reset.
Só na hora que eu tô mais relaxado mesmo, eu faço umas de jogo aí, de Dota, de
Much
CS.
better than the previous one.
And heading into the championship rounds, I mean, this is what we were talking about. You mentioned it earlier, Braulio, how
E agora tá-
Hiron's more of a slower
Tá meio
starter.
murro nessa
So
luta, né, velho?
now, you know, we've slowly been watching him progress and progress. I'm truly impressed at how well he is doing, considering he's going up against somebody like Felipe Andrews, who has so much experience.
Aí, ó, vocês falaram que o judoca não entra queda, pô? Vamos tomar uma queda aí.
From Hiron Gracie, beautiful use of the judo skills there in throwing Felipe Andrew down to the ground, and he is in an attacking position here, but could Felipe Andrew reverse this?
He has a
There's
choke
a choke
on.
at play.
The choke is on.
He's got the side of
Aê!
He's a top. Hiron Gracie.
Fala dele, 6 meses de faixa preta. Pegou um cara top, o mais top da atualidade na categoria. Toma!
An unusual finishing position. It looked like Felipe Andrew was going to jump all the way around and out of danger. And
Fez o
only
nome, filho.
made the choke tighter, Vanessa.
Yeah, Felipe Andrew actually got his leg up
O Renzo agora
over
tá
Hiron's leg.
orgulhoso.